Welcome to Coffee and
Coffee
Tea
and
with Lev
Salt,
and
you know.
Dean. We're excited to be here with you. Laura from
Hey,
Arizona's
Laura,
here.
Kim, Ludmila,
Cheryl, hi
Cheryl.
everybody.
Well,
Now's your chance. See, this is our second one, so just baby steps, everybody. Baby steps. Now's your chance to not just be part of the conversation. We'll bring you up. All paid subscribers get a chance to ask any questions. We'll get to all those questions. You, my friends, Lev, remember subscribers, deanblundell.com, deanblundell.substack.com, subscribers. You guys drive this thing, so remember that this whole time. We want to bring you up. If you want to come up, you want to rant, you want to rave, just let us know here. We'll give you an invite once we get through a couple of conversations this morning. Hello from Alberta, Patricia Scott. Nice to see you. Fran says, hi, Lev. Look at your
man,
love, dude. Look at it. Hammer those hearts. Share this thing. Let's go. It's coffee and tea time. How are you
it's
this morning,
coffee
fella?
too. Oh, you know what? I was mixed, but I just got a call from Alexander, and I was actually wanted to say thank you to you, so for some good news. So Jacob Kornblum, the
Jacob Carsbo, Danish
Carsberg, I'm
intelligence.
sorry,
Yep.
Carsberg, yeah, the Danish intelligent gentleman.
Mhm.
So I guess you introduced him, but him and Alexander just met in Kiev.
Oh, they did.
So yeah, they got together. Alexander just called me. He's actually, I told him to join us, maybe to let us know some of the stuff that they are planning, maybe or talking about. But so he's actually on his way right now. He's looking for a place to live. Thanks to everybody out there that supported and are still supporting the GoFundMe because your work is that's the one thing. Before we get into all of the stuff, since we're talking about Ukraine. Yesterday, while Victor Orban was here, folks, I got my tea, by the way. Make sure you go
Oh,
get
now you
your.
got your tea. There
I
you
got
go.
my
Lev
cup. Go
remembers.
get your
And
Levy
some
member
merch.
cup.
Yeah.
Or actually, voice from Ukraine, no kings, whatever it is you want to. It's a way to support our platform. So go to loveremembers.com. Also, we're building out the platform to keep you informed of a lot of stuff because we got a lot of stuff that's about to go down. A lot of you have been messaging me saying, when is the action? Well, it's action time, folks. We're done talking. I mean, today we're having a good time. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, good stuff, bad stuff, but we're going to do it in a pleasant way. But it's action. We're planning, we're doing things, and you're going to start seeing us on the road soon. You're going to start seeing, we're going to become a pain in the ass to Donald Trump, and we're, I mean, we're only going to just start what Tuesday started. But I'm all over the place because of that call. But Ukraine today, listen, for those of you that didn't get a chance to read my Substack letter this morning, there was still an onslaught. Still bombarding. Let's get the sad stuff out of the way because it's truly is horrifying to see that while the missiles were falling on Ukraine, while people were dying, you had Viktor Orban, you had Donald Trump, uh, and Putin. I mean, literally. Sitting in the Oval Office, praising each other, talking about the new Christian order world that
Jesus. Did
that
you see
Hungary.
that yesterday?
That's what just listen. This is what I'm saying to you. That Hungary is the only Christian-run country and Europe is the Antichrist. And Trump was drooling. I'm watching him. He's like literally drooling, saying, "Oh, I
Oh,
want
yeah.
that. How do I get that in my America? Like I want. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do that all over the world. Don't you see me go? I'm about to invade Nigeria. I'm about to go. That's exact." And then he turns around and says the craziest of all. He goes. Viktor Orban literally tells the press, he says that it's only America and Hungary are the only two countries besides Russia that wants peace. All of Europe wants war. Biden wanted the war. I mean, Viktor Orban and Donald Trump basically stood there and spoke about Biden, like just think about the disrespect that is to our country, where you're sitting here just letting world leaders come in there and to get something from you, they come out there and they start trashing our history, our world leaders, our ex presidents, and in return, do you know what Viktor Orban got in return, folks? You're gonna flip the f out.
Russian
Hey,
oil.
Russian oil. That's right. You know that sanctions that Donald Trump put on everybody. Well, just think about how it started. He put sanctions on everybody, right? And I told you guys it's all bullshit. You
No,
remember
he
that?
put sanctions on Roseneft and Lukoil. Like those are the
Yeah,
two. Yeah.
but I'm saying to you, he put first of all, he's there's no way
Oh,
to
you like
go after.
everybody else? Yes.
Yeah, right. The whole world, everybody, Europe, everybody has to stop buying oil. But
Yeah.
basically, remember he was saying India, China, and some of the European NATO countries. Well, I told you from day one, Hungary was never going to stop buying oil. Remember, he used to make those comments. Oh, I'm very very good friends with Viktor Orban. I'm going to give him a call, and they'll
Yeah.
stop buying Russian oil right away. Really? Bullshit. What did he say today? He said Hungary now is in a different position. They don't have water around them, so they have no other way of getting it. So they have to get Russian oil, and just live with it, folks. Hungary's getting Russian oil, but don't forget also who's getting Russian oil. Remember the other person that he was China, where he was arguing about Xi.
Yeah.
Remember when he left Xi like with his tail underneath his ass?
Oh, after that weird fucking handshake where he's
Yeah,
like,
right,
"We're
right.
great friends, aren't we?
We're
We're
great
great
friends.
friends."
Yeah,
That one.
but 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 what do I say? Always don't listen to what they say. Watch the actions.
Watch.
What
Yeah, yeah.
happened
It's
after? What happened
works,
after?
not words.
Right. What happened after?
Z basically called him an idiot and said, "We're going to continue to do whatever the fuck we want to do, and we'll give you nothing for it." That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, and Trump basically turned around and said, "You know what? China's going to continue buying Russian oil. We can't stop him. They've been doing it for ages. It's just part of the system." So now India, India's the only one that he punished. He like gave him 50%
Well, to be
tariff.
fair, India's no China, and all of those people, none of them are white. So of course he's going to go after like a country of visible minorities, and like that's the fucking crazy part.
That's
I
the
watched
crazy
that
part.
Orban, like he's literally tariffing countries that are his friends, and then hitting other countries with tariffs if they're not more powerful than the United States, a la China. He's just going to go and tariff countries where he sees people he doesn't like the color of their skin, like Nigeria, where
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
like like India. Like that's the comedic part to me. He's even racist when he's trying to take over the fucking free world. He's even racist when he loses. And watching that mutual admiration society neo-Christian blowjob in the cabinet meeting the other day where he had Viktor Orban and he's standing in front of him and he's like, you're the greatest. No, you're the greatest. No, you're the greatest. We're the only countries that want peace. You know what, dude? I really like you. I'm going to let you still buy Russian oil as much as you like from Lukoil.
I really, it was so, it's getting to a point where you don't even like, even all of you could start, telegraphing and seeing what's going to happen before it happens. I mean, it's like, soon you're not going to have to listen to me already or Dean because you guys are going to see it for yourself. I mean, it's like, it's just out into the open with this oil. So yeah, but I wanted to thank you for introducing Jacob and Alex.
Oh, my pleasure.
Because they're both heroes. Helping delivering. I know Jacob just delivered aid to Ukraine, right? I think some military trucks.
Yeah, he did. He delivered 22 different vehicles. They're derelict. There's cars for Ukraine. It's their movement and it's not just them. Norway took down, I believe, about 3,000 cars this year. Denmark's up to about 1,000. There's a whole bunch of different countries, and it just goes to show the understanding of the EU countries in the area where they know they gotta defeat Russia in Russia. Like that is the only goal. Right? It doesn't matter to them. And they're willing to do that. Like Jacob drove 20 hours from Copenhagen down to Kyiv. That's about 23 hours. And he had no heat in the vehicle. This is like a former UN Security Council member. This is a former one of the heads of the Danish spook intelligence service in Denmark. This is a guy that served the king. This is he's in a fucking car driving to Ukraine and he's doing it out of the kindness of his own heart with a whole bunch of other Danish intelligence guys, not because they're running intelligence, but because they think that it's their duty to arm Ukraine and give Ukraine what they want. So you will never find a greater ally than Mr. Carswell, and everybody should follow him here. His daily intelligence briefings are absolutely phenomenal. A couple of weeks ago, he's like, "Okay, here I am at my summer house. Over there, you see 5 Shadow Fleet Russian boats. They're launching drones off it." Yeah.
There we
So
go.
yeah, he's incredible. To your point. I fucking love the guy.
And yeah, we gotta get on with him. I know you've tried to get us on a couple of times. The timing didn't work out, but maybe this week we should plan it. And if he's still in Ukraine, maybe we could get him and Alex and all. We do Zev could put together that multi-screen where we could get 4 or 5 of us on
Yeah,
there,
absolutely. Yeah.
maybe like a Ukraine special
Yep.
to bring awareness, because look, nobody's talking about it. The media is not discussing it. Nobody's mentioning it. But the war is continuing. People are still dying. Children are still being taken. And it's getting, the winter time is on. It's not coming. It's already there. It's
Yeah.
freezing. It's getting cold. And I mean, if you go read my Substack letter that I put out this morning, it took me literally 5 hours. I mean, I started 6 in the morning, and I couldn't. It usually takes me 2.5 hours, 3 hours, but this one really, it was hitting me because I had to stop every time I was writing it, because I couldn't believe that we're seeing this play out. And then because then the counterpart of it, you see, the U.S. president standing there with, by the way, we got a surprise. Alexander just joined us. Let's get him up here.
Alex is here.
Yeah, let's try to get him up here. I have
see Cheech is in the crowd too. Courtney, how are you? Kat, Ernesto, great to see you. There he is.
You guys want to come up? Yeah, let us know. Oh, there he is.
What's up? Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, buddy. I heard you ran into Jacob.
We were just talking about
I did. Yeah. I did. You hear? Sorry, it's so loud. Just for you to understand, generators everywhere.
Look where are you right now?
I'm in Kiev.
Okay.
The whole Kiev is dark. This excuse my, can I curse?
You can curse. Today is Saturday. You can curse.
This this time they really did it again.
What language was that cursing in, Alex? What is that?
That was the one that the Russian orcs can understand. That's how much. Oh my God! Look at this. Just for you, give me 1 second. No, I cannot.
Yeah, you're in the complete dark. So Kiev is dark. Last night, I know you had about. Yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at this. I mean, it's generators everywhere, and not only there. Some areas they hit that cannot be fixed.
For the whole city? Whole city's out?
Tomorrow they're saying it's going to be like almost for 12 hours no power.
God damn it.
They did some damage. I mean, plus not only that, they're hitting everything. And it's in Petrovsk, in Poltava, they hit the gas lines. Again, the gas storage. They hit the DTAC. DTAC is the one that gives the heat and everything. The heat just came up. Yesterday, the heat came on a little bit. They shut it down again. I mean, oh my God.
That's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So when Alex, let me ask you a question. Alex joins us, Voice of Ukraine, Lev's partner on that podcast. He's live in Kyiv right now. This is Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean, live in Florida and Kyiv and Toronto right now. And what Alex is showing us is a completely dark Ukraine, standing in the middle of some generators, trying to give power to the area that you're currently in. But help me understand what led to this. You said that they hit the gas lines. You said they hit transformers. Yeah, go ahead.
Lately, listen, even an idiot, you can teach a monkey to speak eventually. Even though it's a monkey, you can still teach a monkey to speak. So the modernization that they're doing is that they are unable to shut down as many. Plus, we have shortage of rockets that thanks to you-know-who. So every time if you're missing some rockets, something gets hit. If you're missing the PPO, something gets hit. And lately, Lev is writing by that as well. The percentage of hitting the targets grew up, tremendously grew up, because they're modernizing. They're modernizing a lot of stuff, just like we are. And the progression of war, everybody learns. So it's getting quiet. As soon as it just felt stable after last night, it was a massive hit. They hit the power stations and they hit the substations. So this whole morning was not, even no water. I woke up 5 in the morning, no water. no water, no power, nothing. I'm like, whoa, I haven't seen that in a while. Because if you have no power, that means you really they shut down some substation.
And
But
just Alex, let me just tell everybody for them to understand. Alexander is in Kiev. This is
Yeah.
the central. This is why he's saying, because all of the fighting, everything you're hearing is going around. It's not, and now it's coming into the center of Kiev. That's why this is what we're trying to say. Why we're sounding the alarms, that this is not that now it's already the infrastructure of all of Ukraine is being under attack right now. Not
yes,
just the whole infrastructure, from the government to every. I mean, they're going at it harder and harder every day.
Yeah, water treatment. They're going after substations. They're going after gas lines, and they're going after hospitals, and they're going after malls. But when was the last time you didn't have heat, water, or lights?
I can't remember.
So they really picked it up. When did the bombing end?
I would say beginning of 24. Oh, bombing ate early in the morning. It
Okay.
was on all night. It was, I don't know, it was waves. First, there was a waves of rockets. Then a waves of Shaheds. Then a waves of rockets again. But this is like that made the point. I'm in the center of the heart of the capital of Ukraine. Imagine what Odessa feels like. Imagine what Dnipro feels like. Imagine what Kharkiv feels like. That's right. Tomorrow we are preparing, even though everything is happening, we are still going out and we're still saying stop out till tomorrow, because they need dry heat packs more than ever. They need dry shower packs more than ever. So tonight, right now, I have to go in. I have to look at some apartments. And I really got get some kind of positive today. Tomorrow I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go help people because people need help.
Yeah.
So listen. I want to thank you guys for your support. I want to thank you guys for standing with Ukraine. As I wrote today in my Substack, I put out a picture of Mirnograd. Mirnograd is this beautiful city. I used to deliver aid over there. If you look at those pictures, there is a Mirnograd. It's nothing. It's by the skeleton. And these people, they don't want this land. They don't want these people. They want to destroy it, freeze it, so Ukraine would not function. I called it a genocide. So I thank you guys for your support, for your help. Thank you for standing with us. Looking forward to see you guys again. God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless you, Alex.
Alex,
Yeah.
we love you, and we'll do a live maybe if you have time sometime. So with you and Jacob, I heard you guys had a great meeting. But I'm gonna let you go because
he's a great guy. Great guy. He's helping Ukraine in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Maybe tomorrow, if I come back early enough, maybe on Monday, we can meet up with Jacob and we can do something live.
maybe Monday, Dean could put something together.
Yeah. We'll put it together for Monday with you, because Jacob's supposed to join us on Monday, so we can just get everybody on a call. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Stay well.
Love you.
God bless you, buddy. We love you.
Okay.
Hang in there.
Slava
All right,
Ukraini.
buddy. Slava Ukraini. Goriom Slava. Yeah, dude, that is unbelievable.
I gotta teach you back and forth.
Yeah, what is glory?
That's
There's
the
Slava
part- that was
Ukraine and
interesting.
Gorohim Slava, right?
Right. When you say Slava Ukraini, you respond Geroyim Slava.
Gorohim Slava.
Yeah, it's like you're saying glory to Ukraine, and then glory to the fighters, to the heroes.
Gorohim Slava. Okay, you're gonna have to leave that with me for a bit. I'm gonna do my best to nail it.
I will. I have before we get started, I have another little treat here. I want to introduce to all of you today. Hold on a second.
Are we inviting somebody, or are you showing me another one of your dogs?
No, I'm going to invite somebody. I'm going to invite somebody.
All right. This is Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. Folks, we're just kind of hanging out here. We're just checking in on our friends. We're having some conversations. We're going to get to the shutdown. We're going to get to the blue wave. We're going to take your questions. If you have any Q&A, don't forget, if you're a paid sub, you get to talk to us today. Let us know if you want to come up.
And by the way, guys, I'm sharing. I put in the thing. Alexander's. Oh, there she is. This is my sister Ludmila, guys.
Ludmila.
You guys see her out there all the time.
Dean, I'm your biggest fan after that.
You see that? You see my sister is your biggest fan, Dean.
Thank you so much for bringing me in because I was begging. I said, please let me just say hello to Dean. I'm the biggest fan of his.
See that? You say that, dude. I brought you your biggest fan.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing right now. Listen, it's so nice to meet you. Your brother talks about you all the time, and by the way, it's all good, which is incredible. But I'm now your biggest fan. I'm shocked that you're here. Where are you joining us from, Ludmila?
I am joining from Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh,
I live right across the street from my dearest one and only brother.
All right, baby. Don't tell. You don't have to tell anybody where you live. Just not everybody here is friendly. It's her first time live, everybody. So.
Oh, is it? Oh, you got to have her back, dude. She's infectious.
Yeah.
I am so blessed and so grateful for being able to see you guys and to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you do. I know how much my brother puts into it. I know how much dedication he gives to it. And I'm so proud of him as a sister, as an American citizen, as somebody who looking for the future in this country. Because when we came to this country, we came for the land of opportunity, for something that we can enjoy and pay it forward to our children. And now, guys, I'm looking at you like heroes, somebody who is working very hard to make it happen.
Oh, it's so nice. I listen. Yeah, you are so sweet. Listen. Just to meet, you know,
I think the biggest here is your nephew. Your nephew's killing it.
Yeah, Aaron, little stud.
Your nephew is even though he's my son, I gotta just say.
Let me just share something with you.
What he's doing out there. I mean, as a
My
father, I
Aaron.
I was telling Dean earlier. We were talking about before we.
I feel like I'm at a Parnas Christmas dinner right now. Keep going.
My Aaron is my Aaron, okay? When this little child was born and when he was brought to the house, and the first thing I came when I saw him, what did I say? We got ourselves a little genius. And that's when it started. Finished high school when people were just like 14 years old. How old
he finished high school before he went through puberty.
Finished high school at 16 years old. I mean,
he went to college at 16. Yeah,
at 16 I mean, we couldn't follow him. He was like, the torpedo, you know what I mean? But I can tell you one thing. Parnas family is a good family. We are really, really, whatever we do, we mean it. And I promise you that it's just the beginning. Because knowing my brother, knowing my nephew, I know that, those people will not stop here. Everything, our better days is still ahead of us.
Oh, that's definitely, 100%. 100. And the dean said that he's going to speak to somebody. They'll allow me to come to Canada once Trump is out of office. That'll be that, my friend, and we'll come visit.
Can I come?
Yeah, you can come. Right. Absolutely. Look at this, Laura. We love your sister. Everybody's in love with Ludmila. Now we need to get her a Substack account and bring her on to give us family updates.
She's on here. She's all the time. She's part of the team. She's constantly. She's on every one of your shows. Yeah.
I'm a biggest believer in the power of positive energy and a law of attraction. And I drive my car with the big sign in front. Blessed. Because I am. We woke up today, we can hear, we can see, we can enjoy each other. Life is beautiful. Let's enjoy it to the fullest.
We love you, Luda. Go grab your tea and enjoy the rest of Dean and see, Luda got hers. Luda,
nice to meet you, love.
Where's your cup?
All right, so I'm getting a refill right now, but here, I'll just give you a little bit of that. I'm getting a refill.
Guys, love you more. Love you more.
We love you too. I'm in love with you right now. I just fell in love with Lev Parnas' sister on a live Substack. This is incredible.
Oh,
Oh, and
I
you just dusted her.
I just got it. She's gonna kill. she's,
Just tell her I love her when you say.
oh
Is
my God.
so she's younger than you, older than you?
No, she's older than me. Well, she's older than me. She's my older sister. Yeah.
Oh my
But,
God, she's so infectious. She always been that positive. She's always been this happy. She's always been this like little pepper pot of fresh air. Has she always been this person?
yeah, oh my God, yeah, she's that's her thing, positive energy. Hold on a second, guys. Actually, my son Aaron's calling me, so hold on. Yeah, I'm doing a live. I love you. I'll call you back. Bye. So this is live.
It's coffee and tea. This is not a published pod. This is not one of those polished little, shows that we do. We just sit down and we shoot the shit and we start having conversations. We want to bring you in now. If you'd like to come up, you want to rant, make sure that you just put it in the little note in the chat. Paid subs as always get to chat with us. Please ask us any question you want. It's time to open up the Q&A portion as well. So put your questions in the chat and we'll get to those questions as quickly as humanly possible. And we might bunch a few together. So barring the fact that I can't get to everybody, we can't get to everybody, we need to start asking some of those questions. And I think
I'll
I'm
just start.
really,
Why don't we
yeah,
do this? I'll just keep bringing people up, and you
yeah,
keep reading the questions. So this way we'll do it like
sure.
so. This way we'll both do it, because otherwise it's on. And for those of you that come up, we got Nick Parrow in the house. So Nick's coming up. Say
What's
good
up,
morning,
y'all?
Nick. And say hello to
Good
everybody.
morning, Lev. Good morning, Dean. How
How
are
you
you?
doing, fella? Coffee time. Welcome to
I
coffee
got my
time.
coffee too. So,
What's in it? What's in it? Like, let's talk about what's in your coffee first.
it's got coffee and creamer.
Okay. No
That
Baileys?
said, I did bottle 4 bottles of mead last night that I've been brewing in my closet for the
Mead.
last 4 or 5 months. Pretty white guy thing to do is just brew some
Closet mead? Yeah.
Closet mead too. This is actually my 3rd batch.
Yeah.
My second one didn't come out very well, but this one is coming out a lot better.
All right. All right. Well, dude, I'm
So-
just happy you're here. And I think Nick Parrow, of course, sick of this shit, banner and backbone. He is an absolute war horse when it comes to democracy, when it comes to trying to understand what new America, Trump's America, looks like, specifically now that it's under attack. And he's a former veteran as well. He's still a veteran, former distinguished serviceman that has taken leave of the Army and is embarrassed by what's going on. I want to kind of talk to you guys both a little bit, if I can, for a second, about the blue wave this week, about the MAGA flop sweat.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Did anybody see Steve Bannon yesterday go, "Oh my God, we're all going to jail"?
I put that.
We're all going to get prosecuted.
Yeah. I actually
Too fucking bad.
I could tell you that Trump did not sleep that night. I mean, you
He
gotta go
didn't?
read my. No, I mean, I've been breaking that this whole week. This has been it's not a blue wave, guys. This was, I don't know, maybe not even a tsunami, earthquake, the perfect. It hit him so hard. And this is the one thing I want to say to you. This is a great segment. This is a great question. I want all of you to think about one thing: the difference this week. If you saw a little change, that change of when Donald Trump wasn't on the offense all week. Donald Trump was on the defense all week. Where this is what I've been telling you all the time. This is where we need to take charge of the media and keep going and keep taking. Donald Trump was trying to kill the filibuster. He was out there screaming at his GOP, blaming them. He didn't know what to say. Why? Because it hit him. Because what happened was, it wasn't just that New York or Virginia or some of the big races like New Jersey. It was the races that you don't even hear about that happened in Georgia. The state races that he got covered. Mississippi, thank you, Nick. The state court, Supreme Court in Pennsylvania, they lost everything.
School boards, Bucks County.
School board.
Race.
Yeah, exactly.
Every race.
And this is why, let me tell you why it's important. Because what it told them, because remember, Trump's not running the show. It's people like Vaught, the Heritage
Miller.
Foundation, Miller, they're trying to implement Project 2025. The only way they could implement Project 2025, if they have control not just of the presidency, they need control all the way down. Because you need to, the school boards to implement, to teach this. I mean, the way our system is set up, and that's why it was an important sign on an off year during not even a midterm or a presidential election that we've seen such a turnout, and we've seen that what that showed him, and what it showed me, and what should show each and every one of you, is that it's working. That sometimes, as frustrated as you might get, that you might think that they're not hearing our voices, that we're not loud enough, or that it's not being it's working. We need to keep it up. We need to keep the pedal to the metal. We need to just keep it being louder and stronger and keep the momentum going. Because if we do it all year, for 1 year, we will save centuries of pain. We will get back our economy, our democracy, of everything, because that's what Tuesday was, and that's why you see Donald Trump right now. He is still hurting. The GOP is still hurting. It put cracks all over the place. Just like, you know what? I want to play it for you. I want you guys to actually hear Steve Bannon's own words of how he said it, because I put it in my letter. This is how rattled we got them, folks. 1 second, I'm going to give it to you. You gotta hear this. Because not often do you hear stuff like this. Hold on.
Not often do you get Steve Bannon telling the truth.
Oh,
How afraid they are.
Dude, and it's
They're
not just
so
we'll wait till you're ready. To your point, Nick, not only did he tell the truth, where he looked around, he goes, there's a bunch of people in this room. He was at a conservative partnership symposium where he was accepting some bullshit award, and he's like, not okay, guys, listen, not only are we in big trouble, we're all going to fucking jail. Like we're all going to fucking jail. And then, like, literally 2 hours later, MAGA Mike Johnson's on the steps of the Capitol building doing his daily bullshittery, and he reiterated the same thing, where he's like, guys, and he likes to do it in a calm tone. He likes to, guys, I just want to let everybody know that if the Democrats continue to win, and if this blue wave continues to come, we're going to get fucked over, and we're all going to jail. Like, they're all worried about it. Here it is.
Impeached.
Listen to this. Here he goes.
Will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen, brother. Let's play that on fucking repeat everywhere we go. It's like, that's the new campaign slogan for the Democrats, is Republicans are going to jail.
I can't stop. I'm crying. Like,
No, but I like
moment of clarity.
I mean, the clarity. He looked at them. He said, "Some of you, including me, we get our jail cells ready."
Pack our bags, guys. Shave our heads in preparation. We're going in.
Nick, your thoughts? I mean, flop sweat, or is this just rhetoric?
No, I think this is a really good turning point. This is where, like Lev just said and you said, is we go on offense, and we stick on offense, and we don't fucking back down. I'm talking Project 2075. Like, it's derivative in name right now. We can rename it later. But Project 2075, it's a 50-year fucking plan where we get to break it down step by step by step by step and go on offense every fucking day. Now is the time when Democrats go in and demand that they reopen the government, that Republicans come back and do their fucking jobs before people start submitting a petition to have Mike Johnson removed. Now is the time when Democrats go on offense and find 9 Republicans to sign a privileged petition to have Mike Johnson vacated from his seat as Speaker of the House and form a coalition.
And how about this? I will give them the tool that will be the leader of that movement to get Mike Johnson removed. You know who that person's going to be?
Who?
I want everybody. Give me a drum roll.
Michael Cohen.
No, man, I got better. I said, give me a drum roll.
I got a drum roll.
All right. I'll give you a drum roll.
Beating going.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, my phone.
Oh, crazy Marge.
Okay.
She's come a long. I will give you this. She's come a long way from Jewish space lasers. She really has.
And
I
can tell you from what my sources are telling me, that the shit that's going on behind the scenes, not only between her and Trump, but between her and personally Johnson, That's actually, you just gave me something I'm going to write about later to tell you guys about some of the stuff. I get so much shit I hear about. I don't even know what to
Dude,
write about
dish. You might as
sometimes.
well
But
just dish
I'm
now.
with you.
Give us a nugget.
I'm gonna.
Here,
Give
here's
us a
my
nugget.
thing. Here's
That's why
my
we're
thing.
here. It's coffee and tea
Doesn't
with Lev,
have
Dean, and
No,
Nick.
listen, I will. You know me. I don't hold it in. I don't hold anything back. I dish all the time. But no, she is definitely on a rampage. She wants to. Remember when Matt Gaetz wanted what's his name gone? McCarthy.
Yeah.
This is building to the same type
Good.
of thing. So that's why where I'm saying is they could even use, just like they should be using. But again, we're saying it, we're giving them but they should be using Marjorie Taylor Greene right now, running ads every day about the Epstein files. They should
Oh,
be
yeah.
using Marjorie Taylor Greene every day about opening up the government, blaming the Republicans for the shutdown. So will they use Marjorie Taylor Greene, the ace in the hole that nobody had on their bingo card, not me,
No.
definitely,
No.
that nobody got, that we have, that God Himself has given us. Like my sister says, we're blessed. I mean, we've gotten a, open our eyes, because part of being positive energy and the law of attraction is that you have to open your eyes and receive and accept it and understand it. So you have to see that we're being given this stuff. We have to see that we have to be able to go out there. And now, wow, I put that GoFundMe link out when Alexander was still here, and that's how delayed we are. Wow, guys. Nick, you're so unbelievable. My thing is so delayed. I apologize, guys. That's why maybe you should read all the questions and everything, because mine's
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, mine's
we're-
down
like
there
10
too.
minutes delayed. I
Yeah.
apologize, guys. I don't know what's wrong with this platform.
Dude, it's just there's
No,
lots of people watching. That's the issue,
So-
right? So it's gummed up. No, before we get to hang on just a second. To your point, this is Mega Mike Johnson following up Steve Bannon with his. Not only are we going to jail, we're all getting impeached.
I'm a piece of shit.
It's small. Because if we lose the majority, if the Republicans, the common sense people here who are doing the job for the American people, if we lose the majority in the House and this radical element of the Democrat Party were able to take over, we've already seen that movie. They will try to end the Trump administration. You can't have 4 years, but only 2, because they will move to impeach him probably on the first day of the new Congress in January 2027. And they will try to systematically unwind all the important reforms that we've done for the American people.
What reform?
They know it's
Killing
coming.
them?
Getting their
it's
fucking
coming.
pants.
Bye, Felicia. So here's my thing. We
Yeah.
don't, like, people are saying in the chat too, is give her like Marjorie Taylor Greene, give her the space, but don't give her the trust on a lot of things. She has to earn her trust back.
No,
It's
we never give,
coalition building.
listen,
It's about
listen.
coalitions. It's not about fucking having her in the
Thank you.
Democratic Party.
Thank you.
I don't want her on
Thank
the Democratic ticket.
She's never going
I
to be on the
want her-
Democratic Party. That's what I'm saying to you.
No.
We don't even need her. You don't need her.
No, she's a
Thank you,
tool.
Nick.
Use her
Exactly. And that's
in all the
great-
ways.
Exactly. No, but Nick is 100% right, because a lot of people in the Democratic Party have this, like, no, she's done so much bad thing. We're not going to do it. And we limit ourselves. But that's what Nick is telling you. That's what I tell you. And that's what Dean's telling you. No, this is a gift we're given. They're cracks. We need to use their own words. These are campaign ads for every congressional race for the midterms. This is, you can't make this. You can, people would probably still think it's AI. A lot of people won't believe that Marjorie Taylor Greene is out there fighting with Donald Trump about releasing the Epstein files, talking about how the Republicans are shutting down the government, it's their fault, talking about how they need to get rid of Mike Johnson because he's more concerned about Donald Trump's agenda than doing any work for the constituents. So what I'm saying to you is, and nobody's saying that we need to like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Nobody's telling you that you need to follow Marjorie Taylor Greene. Nobody's telling you that you need to accept her, go, like any of the stuff she says. But like Nick said, during war, this is our tool.
Yeah.
It's like you are walking down the street and you just found an AK-47. Are you going to
What
pick
would
it up
be-
and are you going to shoot it, or are you going to say, no, that's the enemy's gun. I'm going to leave it on the ground and walk away empty-handed? That's the type of stuff we're saying. Shoot it and then throw it out in the garbage. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
well said.
It's also the thing we've been trying to do. Like, we've been trying to break the Republican Party forever. So let's fucking break it. Let's use them. We need 9 Republicans who are willing to just stand up to Mike Johnson, vacate his seat, and then leave the party. They
Mhm.
could form their own. They could even become part of the America Party. I fucking hate Elon Musk, but they could become part of that
Oh,
because
that's not
that would
real.
fracture the Republican Party
That's
into the
done. Yeah, they killed
minority,
it. But
and
we
it
can
would
say we're
do
not.
what we need anyway. Like,
Yeah.
break the fucking parties.
You know what?
Break the Republicans.
This is the problem that I've had with the Democratic Party now for a solid year, is that they refuse to pick those weapons up. They think that they're better than those weapons. They're like, no, we'll never deal with
Yeah, fuck
Marjorie
that.
Taylor Greene. We'll never talk to fucking Lev Parnas. We'll never talk to Michael Cohen. We're never going to go and you get into the belly of the beast and grab the tools and the sticks and the knives and the guns that we need to go to war, because this is a war, because they think they're better than that. And you're watching Gavin Newsom fight that war on those terms right now, and he's winning. He's got a 50% approval rating above where Donald Trump is, not just in California, but across the United States of America, because he's using those tools, because he's not shying away from that. And that's been the beautiful part about the Gavin Newsom stuff. Whether or not he becomes the next president of the United States or runs for the Democrats, it's not even the fucking point. The point is that you got to fight a war as they've been fighting that war. And we've seen the fruit of that fucking labor, specifically this last week. But I'm going to insert another, tool, if you will, the Epstein files as a tool. And I want to ask you, Lev, because some news came to the fore this week. Yahoo, New Republic, we reported on it, as well as a couple of other mainstream media outlets, but very quietly becoming a bigger story, that Trump's involvement in the Epstein files, which are coming out, is, quote, much, much worse than anyone has ever imagined. It's now a viral story. You can go and check it out at deanblundell.substack.com. But rumors of a mass migration, not 9, not 10, not 5, not 6, but like 100. Swalwell predicted this about a month ago. Now those drumbeats have hit mainstream media, and you're seeing real reporting that the DOJ has informed Trump and several people that are involved in his cabinet that are also in the Epstein files that there is no stopping this train, and it is far worse than anybody imagined. What are you hearing, if you're hearing anything out of the White House about that? Because that contributes to the flop sweat in a way that not a lot of people are talking about, because we've been overcome by this blue wave. But give me your Epstein files stuff, fella. I want to know.
I mean, I've been writing about, talking about. You're 100% right. That's part of the sweat they're going. That's why he wants to kill the filibuster. That's why he wants to go nuclear, as he's saying, and take over, because he understands that they can't stop it. It's coming, and again, but let's understand something. I want everybody. I do not believe you're going to see some kind of evidence there with the videotape of Donald Trump with an underage girl. I don't believe that that's the type of stuff you're going to see there, because I think if that was there, if there was some type of something that bad or illegal there was different prosecutions. I can't imagine the cover up would have been going on for so many from the Democrats, Republicans, and it's still being covered up. When you say there's a lot about Donald Trump in there, it doesn't surprise me, because I know Donald Trump and I know the world that he lives in, and I know that world that he ran in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, with that, oligarchy, models, young girl, that type. It was, a generation of people, and it wasn't just Donald Trump. It was a group of people that are just now we're starting to find out, because of the like movements like the Me Too movement and Weinstein and others like Epstein. Now you're starting to see, but it was Donald Trump was part of that group. They all ran together. That's why he had the pageants. We know that he said it. Listen, you don't have to. You heard him say with his own ears, I could go grab her by her female parts just because I'm famous. I could go kiss her just because I could do whatever I want. If you're famous, they let you do what
Admitted to walking into the Miss Teen Universe pageant, watching 14, 15-year-old girls get undressed and dressed. Yeah.
Going on Howard Stern talking about. So this is nothing new. It shouldn't surprise, everybody that, Donald Trump was a pervert. Donald Trump did some nasty, bad things, and, that he needs to be held accountable, for it. The fact that the names were other names we're going to hear in it that, like you said, are part of his cabinet, that are part of his big donor class, people that are right now. That's why a lot of people don't even realize. I'll give you another little clue about why you're seeing people donate such money to such extravagant things, like all of a sudden, hey, my name's Mr. Mellon. I'll give you 160 million, pay for the army. Oh, you want a couple of $100 million for your banquet hall? Sure, why not? Just think about, what do these people get in return? Nobody's
Cover up for
throwing
the
around
Epstein files.
Thank you, Nick. And that's just one of the things. So there's a lot to it. I agree with you 100%, Dean, and that's why the Epstein files, from day one. If you guys go back and take a look at it from the day, I'll never forget. It was over that July 4th weekend, when they tried to do that dump. When they came out there and tried to say that they're going to shut it down over that long weekend. When the media tried to brush it away, saying it's just another thing. If you take a look, that I was one of the, and I'm not trying to in no way hit myself on the back or anything, but I want to make it clear to you how important that, I feel the Epstein files is. I've been pounding the drum from the very first day, saying that the Epstein files is his kryptonite. And that's why they're not even using it enough, because they have a lot more power, like having the survivors that are willing to go meet what's it called with them, to be able to go talk with Trump, to be able to confront him, and are willing to stand in front and ask him to do it. And the Democrats are not using that power of that voice, which is so powerful, because Trump is fearful of that, fearful of meeting them. So I agree with you guys. The Epstein files is going to be his downfall. But the other thing is, like Nick said, and Nick, I'm going to let you go because I think we have some other people, Kat, that wants to come up, so we could bring some other people up. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep pushing the Epstein files, and we're going to keep pushing this, not wave even, Dean, but I'd say it's a tsunami, perfect storm, avalanche, earthquake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
All of
it
the
is. It's
above.
I called it fucking Armageddon, is what it is.
Armageddon that's
Yeah.
coming down on Mega. Everybody subscribe to Nick Paro. Nick does some incredible work. Please follow him, subscribe. He's one of the good guys, one of the patriots, one of the heroes out there fighting this fight with us. Nick, thanks for joining us. Grab your
Thanks, Lev.
coffee
Can
and
I
tea.
drop?
Go ahead.
I've got I'll pull it back up and I'll drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
If
ahead, brother.
anyone
Go ahead.
can support, please donate to our team for Feeding America. We're doing a donation drive on the Feeding America site with Sick of This Shit with Nick and Banner and Backbone to help feed hungry Americans right now. And if you want to counter some of the propaganda that's going on, go to safedc.info and see what we got. There's a fucking incredibly terrible safedc.gov propaganda website that everybody should know about. And we're countering the propaganda with safedc.info. Go take a look at that. Help sign some petitions, unmask ICE and law enforcement, and let's have some fucking accountability. Thanks, Lev.
Thanks,
There you
Nick.
go.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Nick.
y'all.
Have
You
a
guys
great
are
weekend,
awesome.
brother.
Love you,
Thanks so
baby.
much.
We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Nick.
Talk to you soon, brother.
Caro. What a good dude. I want to get back to the ballroom stuff too. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just kind of, you dropped a bomb and then you kind of moved on from the bomb. It's what Lev does. He drops so many bombs and he's just like, oh yeah, there's just another bomb. Everybody that donated to this ballroom, there are some suspicious names that have been bandied around. People involved in the Epstein files, friends of Jeffrey Epstein that are also friends of Donald Trump, like the owners of Altria Group, the owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook from Apple. Fascinating, isn't it? Booz Allen Hamilton, Caterpillar. I know who owns Caterpillar. I know who the CEO is. Big fan. Knows all of the individuals. The guys at Coinbase. How about Comcast? Let's talk about some of the board members at Comcast. Should we? Maybe we should. Hard Rock International, Google. The guys from Google. Oh, they're great. They were great friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Mark Zuckerberg, great friends with Jeffrey Epstein. They all had lots of conversations. Micron Technologies, Microsoft, Bill Gates, of course, right? Bill Gates, who looks like a whipped dog every time he shows up to the White House, and he's like, I support Donald Trump.
By the way, Kat, I sent a request for you. For Kat, if you're seeing it, come up here. I know. I'll try and bring you up. Go ahead, Dean.
No, it's good. T-Mobile, Reynolds, cigarette makers, of course. Let's get to some of the people. The Adelson family. The Adelson family has been to the island. Charles and Melissa Cascarillo, Edward Glazer, Harold Ham, the Leon family, the Lutnick family, the Schwartzman family, Kelly Loeffler and Jeff Sprecher, and the Winklevoss twins, who were really good friends with Jeffrey Epstein as well. I find that fascinating, Lev.
Incredible, huh? You can't, and that's just what you know about. Imagine the things you don't know about. You know, I'm saying to you that I always say, it's just let me see it. I'm trying to get. I apologize, but for some reason, my thing is delayed. Let me try to get Kat up here again.
Oh, Kat. And hi to Courtney, one of my best friends, Darbird. Hi, Darbird. Nice to see you.
Oh,
My Substack family. God love you. My sister said Marjorie Taylor Greene had a lobotomy. Questions, anybody? You got a question?
yeah. Why don't you do some questions while I
Yeah,
try
Q&A. Q&A. If you got a question for Lev, I think Kat's up here.
There we go.
There she is.
There she is.
Hi,
We
y'all.
got you. I was like, I don't know, my technology, it can't be me. It has to be something. I'm not that bad. Like, I could press a button that says cat. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it was me. I pressed the screen on accident and it went away, so it was totally my fault.
Oh.
Hi, Kat. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dean. It's so nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, we text from time to time. We DM from time to time. You do an incredible job of the work that you do. You're a very well-educated woman living in a restricted state, I believe, of Texas. Is that where you're at? You're in Texas? Yeah, where in Texas are you? Where are you?
I'm in Houston right now. I'm
Houston.
at Gavin Newsom's rally. He
Oh.
just drove up. He just got out of the car. I didn't realize I'm like literally right here. I live in restricted area.
You should put up the
kind
phone, say Lev and Dean are here. You should pick up Lev's phone call. Tell Gavin.
Lev's been
Lev-
calling. So why?
Lev, I'm going to do that though, Dean.
Okay.
You guys don't know me.
I
I have
know,
no
Kat.
shame. I'm going straight up to the man to tell him to call my man Lev. He is neglecting an entire population of people who care. What is he doing? Right?
Exactly. Thank
Okay.
you.
So Kat, first of all, everybody should follow Kat on Substack. Every single person. Give us your handle real quick, and then I want, because you do such an incredible job from the mental health perspective, and you're such a hardcore advocate for humanity, for women's rights. It's just awesome to follow you. Everybody should follow Kat. But what
you're
is?
so sweet.
Of course, it's easy. This is Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. This is what we do for each other. But you explain to me why Gavin Newsom is in Texas. I don't even know that.
I didn't know either, and I'm just sort of reaching out with friends. Tiffany is a girl in Beaumont. She's like on it. I found her on TikTok, so she's on Substack now. Tiffany Perkins with a Z. You guys follow her. I'm getting tons of news from her. She told me about this. She's drove from Beaumont. She's going to be here. So we're just hooking up from Substack and kind of, telling each other what's going on around and, developing this community.
But is he there? Is Newsom there to put his thumb in the eye of Greg Abbott, or is he there to? Okay, the king of trolls. That's what I would assume he's there to do, because Texas is a shithole. Texas is literally a Christian white nationalist shithole that is run by Christian white nationalist authoritarians who've removed women's rights, who've removed your ability to manage your own reproductive system, who are trying to shove prayers in schools, and they're literally run by 4 or 5 mega Christian families. That's the entire fucking state. So what people don't realize is Texas is its own space. It's got to be difficult for you to be there. It's got to be hard.
Dean, my own family are Christian. Part of a faction of my family are Christian nationalists. And my father just died, and they did not invite me and my children to the funeral, uninvited us to the funeral, and then took us off the obituary because I am the devil against, Trump. How dare I?
Wow.
Are you serious?
So that happened. That happened. That's going on in my life, in my family. It's completely nuts over here. I mean, it's crazy business.
It's you're just one of many stories, and I used to be one of those same stories. I mean, I used to be that same nut that would drive my family apart and be just as crazy. Wouldn't allow, just think about it. I wouldn't allow my wife and kids to put us MSNBC or Rachel Maddow. She was the Antichrist. Like I was like, you can't. She's not allowed that. That's why I gave her my first interview. By the way, for those of you that don't know, that was
I
one of the
love your
deciding
story.
is because that's why Rachel Maddow, because like she was like the Antichrist. She was not allowed. But I understand exactly, and that's part of that cult environment. That's why Trump has, he's tapped into one of the biggest two things. And those of you that have watched some of my episodes with Dr. Hassan, who is a cult specialist and wrote the book on Cult of Trump, is Trump has been able to basically like that do that supercell of a storm where you unite different fractions of cults together under one umbrella. Like, and he's been able to use religious cult, like using Christianity, using that white national cult of and bringing them all together under that same umbrella of MAGA, Make America Great Again. And that's why it's so big and so powerful. And that's why it's hurting a lot of families that people don't
They
understand.
co-opted Jesus. I mean, they literally co-opted Jesus and are using, if you're a good Christian and you believe in Trump, who's the Antichrist, it's terrible.
Well,
It's
I think
brainwashing.
for a lot of people that don't come from it, and I unfortunately was brought up in that cult as well, my entire family. But they're the good kind of Christians. They're the Christians that can't stand Trump because he knows they give him a bad name and he's not, leading with Christ-like values. Depending on if you think he's a savior or a philosopher, there's one part. The other part is the goal here has always been to keep as many, because this is how traditionally the evangelical or Christian faith, which is why you have Christian schools, whether they be charter schools, Liberty University. It's to lock that information in and to continually drive disinformation, unscientific information, and any information outside of what they've been taught is literally been kind of labeled as occultish or satanistic or from the devil. So anything that's not God breathed out of the Bible, they don't want to have anything to do with it, to Lev's point. That's why they won't allow people to watch certain television shows. It's preventing people from getting information that is the most important aspect of what MAGA and how MAGA has thrived as a cult. Sorry, Lev, go ahead.
No, 100%. That is exactly you said that, prevent. And and when you mentioned Liberty, the school, Jerry Farwell Jr. Let's not forget, the pool boy and the situation. I mean, they go out there and they preach. That's the one thing, and this is important for everyone to understand. The leadership, and this is not in the cults, in the dictatorships, authoritarian. The leadership does not do as they say. That's why I always say follow that. That's why they preach to you like you can't do this, but they live different lifestyles. They get exposed, they get caught. But it's so crazy to watch how they're able to overcome it like it never happened, erase it in history. Like their leader Jerry Falwell Jr. was not doing all of these things that they preach every day not to do, and it
Not
just
at
like it never
all.
happened. So that is why you're 100%. That's why it's the cult mentality, because a cult is like a drug.
Mm-hmm.
When you do a drug, you're really, and that's why some people that if unless you experience unless you've taken some sort of drug and you experience what effects, it's hard to sit and think that if you take a little pill, that's how, I can't imagine taking a little pill and all of a sudden being, oh, I've never done it, so to me, I can't even imagine that a little pill like that could do. But you see people, obviously same thing here, unless you've been in a cult, you can't imagine to what degree your mind goes away into to what levels of degree, like you see. And I consider this a tragedy in Kat's family, that she that her family is basically split over not even something that has to do with her family, but
Well, they
because of
excommunicated her.
political, yeah,
Yeah.
because of political belief, not even because of religious even, but because of political that turned into religious somehow, because if you don't believe in
Exactly.
that, just think about it. It's
So,
crazy.
Kat, tell me what was that process like for you? Because you were in Texas. You were probably in the cult. You probably identified with what your family used to identify or still identifies with. What brought you away from it? What woke you up? What opened your eyes?
Kind of not really. I mean, when I left home kind of young, but yeah, I come from that neighborhood, this thinking, it's fully, upper white middle class, um, narcissistic thinking, better than everybody else sort of deal. And yeah, there's Christianity behind it, but nobody's a real Christian in my world. I don't know. But yeah, I ended up sort of in the punk rock community in Austin, which saved my life. And that's sort of what got me into politics and this. And now that I'm like older with kids, and, this is exactly what I studied in psychology of how Hitler came into power and personality disorder and group function. I worked at the juvenile court. I used to do psych evals there. I mean, this is Trump and what they're doing. These are the people that you flag to the judge to never see daylight. This is antisocial personality disorder, the disorder of serial killers and dictators. They will kill people with no thought, no care. They're not in reality with us. They're dangerous. It's very dangerous right now.
Yeah, well, it is because it's the separation of church and state, which is supposed to be that way. Canada's a secular country. We will always separate church and state. The effort to meld church and state through the Conservative Party, I call them Maple MAGA, has failed miserably. They are now collapsing. But for some reason, Trump's been able to kind of reorient, whether it was through the Charlie Kirk murder, whether it was through a series of losses. But to Lev's point, he's literally been collecting cults and people in cults for the one specific reason that it's super easy to get to militarize people who believe in and take nothing away from anybody's belief system, who believe in religious apprehension more than they believe in fact, and to get them to do something if their eternal salvation is fucking attached to it. Right. And that's what a lot of people don't quite understand about the MAGA cult is they're not leaning on these guys on a set of ideologies. They're leaning on millions and millions of God-fearing good human beings warping their fucking brains based on the idea that they're conducting a holy war, right?
Exactly. It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, listen, you go run to your Gavin Newsom thing. I know you're probably getting ready to go. He's very good looking, by the way. Prepare yourself for that. He's very good looking.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready. I'm dressed. I'm dressed nicely. That was
Go get him, Kat.
Gavin.
See you, Kat.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Anytime.
Love you. Go get him.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this format, dude. I love bringing people on that are just like subscribers and people that are doing the same thing, same community. This is fucking great. Someone just asked a question. They're like, I'm going to paraphrase it, but effectively the question was, and by the way, you can get your Q&A in, and it was a question for you about the intentionality when you were building MAGA. Did you guys identify that religiously apprehensive group? Did you guys go through, make charts? Did you go, okay, we need to target these people. We got to target the hardcore. Okay, well, take me through it. How did that work?
100%. Well, the Christian, remember, Trump originally, pretended to be a Christian, loving, reading Bible. He couldn't even say one verse out of the Bible.
Do you remember when they asked him, like, what's your favorite chapter? He's like, it's too personal.
Exactly. because it wasn't him putting together the strategy back then. It was like the guys like Brad Pascal who were behind the strategy. You still had the Stephen Millers in the background and all of those, but leading the campaign. And yes, we were targeting not only Christians, but we were also targeting like low educated people. We were targeting people that didn't go to college. We were targeting people that usually didn't vote, the white supremacy, the militia type of groups that didn't believe in both sides, the far right, basically, the far right people that what we saw, and when we were building MAGA, and that's why it's important to know these things of how to take apart MAGA, is because we targeted, and the game plan was to go after. There was about a 30%, I think, at that time that the numbers were of people that didn't vote in the United States, that they were far right, that basically that didn't come out very rarely. They would come out and vote, and if we could tap into them and come out of them, we would get it. And that's where Trump's main attention. That's his base. That's the MAGA base. That's the that 30% of creation of the cult, which now, and then you see another whatever 20%, which is really people that are just being held hostage, either Republicans or people that are just falling in line or corrupt themselves or for whatever reason, but they're not hardcore believers or part of the cult. They're there for either personal reasons or political reasons or they're scared or for whatever other reason. But there's a hardcore about 30%, and that's that white nationalist, that's that Christianity, that's the religion, that's those groups where he put together that was part of the building of MAGA. Absolutely.
So uneducated is really important, right? You guys
very.
identified that. And you're like, hey, listen, we're not going to get smart people to vote for Donald Trump. We literally need to either attack or attach our message to.
Well, because when you say uneducated, I don't want to, because it was the way we classified it.
Well, he did say, "I love the poorly educated."
Right. I mean, he did say it in his own words, but I'm saying to you was people that, because you felt, it was all numbers. So you fell into a certain criteria that if you didn't go to college and if you lived in a certain part of the United States, that you fell into a certain group of people that didn't vote. Because or you fell into a period because you were hardcore Second Amendment what's it called, believer. Like those are like we targeted those groups that could intertwine with the same that could fall under that America First label, which was religion, which people that it felt that the country wasn't theirs anymore. And most of those people were, again, white supremacists, again, white nationalists, again, people that were not your doctors, lawyers, but were people that were more uneducated in their rural, those, poor white communities, which were targeted.
And is that to exploit them, or was that to tell them that they're victims and then exploit them? Because there's a real victim mentality.
It was all about exploiting them, because there's no, I mean, look, at the end of the day, obviously Trump has given them a voice. So, even though he did exploit them, he did give them something. And this is the scary part, what we're seeing play out, to be able to have the Proud Boys, get not only a pardon, but now they sue the government for millions of dollars because they're being persecuted. You got Proud Boys that are being like given jobs in the in the administration.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so
I believe he's hired several of them, like the administration, the regime has hired several of them to carry out what ICE is doing in different cities across the United States of America as well, along with J6ers. And that's the thing that kind of fascinates me. I think there's so many people that think, well, Donald Trump is just, a symptom of what America is. No, yes, he is, but he is a symptom that literally engineered taking over the minds of certain groups of people in the United States to create this army of assholes, to create, and you were on the ground floor of that. Like, I find that to be one of the fascinating aspects of MAGA and that cult. And there are so many people out there that go, well, he gives them a voice. And you even said that today. And the way I look at it is a little bit different, I think. And you can call me mean, you can call me an asshole, you can call me all kinds of names. I'm used to it. I don't care. I'm immune. But to me, it was almost like, the people that in our generation, when you and I grew up, that rarely left the house, knew they probably weren't up to snuff. Their IQ was lacking, didn't have a ton of friends. Those guys that just, mom's basement people, right? The same group of people. There was this concerted effort, a real concerted effort to give them a voice. And they're so mad. They're still so pissed off, and they've been ginned up to be pissed off because of where they are in life. It has created literally an industry of victims, because he's told these people you're a victim. And it's even worse because he's told white men that not only are you a victim, they're coming for you. They're coming for your place in line. They're coming for the patriarchy. And they're coming for your jobs. They're coming for your paychecks. And when he says they, it's everybody now, like it was just immigrants before. Now it's the left. Now it's everybody else. He's managed to kind of broaden that horizon of that victim industry, at the same time continue to make these people fucking angry. But you don't make smart people angry if they don't want to be angry, and if they understand the stakes, and if they can read, and if they can reason. It's almost like he's taken the minds over of people that have that inability to have any kind of critical thought process. And they largely live in those groups that you and I talked about. And I find it fucking fascinating that you guys all sat down with like spreadsheets and go, okay, got to target this group, got to target this group, got to target this group, and here's the message.
It was even more than spreadsheets. I mean, we bought technology, special companies that would target people's cell phones, where we would know literally what communities, what areas people voted or didn't vote, or if they followed, what were they, like Second Amendment rights holders, or if they believe in women's rights or whatever the case. I mean, that was part of the whole plan. That was what it was, targeting groups of people that didn't vote, targeting groups of people that felt that their voice wasn't heard, targeting groups of people that were uneducated, that couldn't get the information, that would targeting religious groups of people that felt persecuted, targeted. I mean, it was all part of that, and building it under. That's how MAGA came about. That's and then bringing him under the umbrella of what do we all have in common. And what we all have in common is that we all are Americans, and we want America first. Everybody else is an invader. The immigrants are invaders, the blacks, the whites, the Jews, everybody else doesn't belong here except pure white Christian. You know what I'm saying? That's what we all have in common. We need to take our America back. So that's why MEGA got formulated, Make America Great Again. Because since when wasn't America
fucking fascinating? I've never had this conversation with anybody, and you were one of the guys that engineered it. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I scream and yell so loud or like, Gavin Newsom and Pritzker and all of them and all these Democratic leaders. I'm like, listen, you guys have no idea what's behind MAGA. You have no idea. You guys, yes, you have big names, you have big budgets and all that, but and you might have criteria, like you guys went to Harvard and Yale, but none of you have been inside of MAGA. None of you have know what they breathe, how they think, and you want to go up against an enemy that you have no idea what they're about. And that's why is the frustration, Dean, because it's not like a secret that I I went to prison.
Like if I'm Schumer or Jeffries, I'm at your doorstep right now going, hey, let's build it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, instead I'm at their doorsteps and they don't have time to pick up my phone call. Like, it's sickening. This is why I get so frustrated, and that's why I sometimes, go up here but we're, look, I'm not frustrated anymore because I've decided that we're gonna keep going forward. We're gonna make things happen, and we're just gonna move, and we're not gonna wait for the Schumers, the Jeffries, or the Newsoms or whoever. We're gonna just start the train. We're gonna let it keep going down, and then it's gonna be like either get on the train or get off the train. But we're gonna keep on moving because they could do whatever they want, and and I'll give you an example, like even perfect example, like you were praising Newsom a little bit earlier today, saying that he's the only one standing up and everything like that.
Well, he's just fighting on the level with them, right? Like he's doing what they do. Yeah,
correct. Granted, but is it effective? No, because what he's really doing is he's put himself into an echo chamber. He's not bringing any new votes over to the left. He's never going to win the presidency because he is hated by middle America. He's hated by the right. So the only people that he's making happy to are people that are sending him checks, sending him money right now. And who's that? That's like when he trolls Donald Trump, who's clapping to that? Who's seeing that? Who's excited about that? It's our echo chamber. Yes, it's great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't do that, but that's just one part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to, the fact that you passed Prop 50 in in California, yes, great thing. But that should be a given. I mean, like, that's not something like where you should be riding the high. I mean, that should be a given in this fight. Like, I'm saying to you, like, keep moving. But if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to save our country, if you really want to save our democracy, then you need to go at the core of the problem.
Yeah.
And the core is MAGA. What we were talking about, the cult environment where you got that 30-40% right now, which has grown. Because just think about it, if I was talking about 30% back then with the numbers, now it's probably closer to 40. For whatever reason, what I'm saying, or 35, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a huge number of the country right now a huge number. Just think about in percentages. If you're talking about people, you've got over 100 million people right now that are following this guy, that are willing to do whatever he says, that are willing to literally, do an insurrection. I mean,
Oh my God! Not just in the insurrection. They'll get an email from him. He's got millions and millions of emails, tens of millions of email addresses going, "Hey guys, I just want you to know that I really need $5."
because I'm
And
not going to make it to heaven. Because I'm not making it to heaven.
that was the last one that made me laugh, where he's like, this is called the "I'm probably not going to heaven" fundraiser. If you could send me $5 to $10, whatever you can because I'm probably going to hell. And I'm like, it works. Like, that's the fucking thing that blows my mind, is that, to your point, some of these people are so devout that they're going to send him their rent money. They're going to send them their food money so that he can go to heaven.
Well, see, this is how it's interesting, because that's how it started. That's who he targets. That's the base where he give. And but then it was interesting to watch how, with the authoritarian power that he gained on this term around, how he used it. Well, that I could tell you, because Putin taught him this. He learned Jared Kushner, and we're training him with the Kirill Dmitriev of how to turn the American billionaires into his own oligarchs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just think about that. Think what I just said to you.
Remember the inauguration, right?
Think about the list of people you read off to in the donor class. Also, think about the list. Think about the list of people that stood up to him so many years, that bowed down and are now, sitting next to him in the Oval, and then after get asked a question and respond and say, "Did I do good?" Remember Zuckerberg?
Yeah. Were those the numbers you wanted? 600 billion? Was that enough?
Was that enough? Should I say a little bit more? Remember that? So,
dude, and here's the thing: I can't get away from Bill Gates' face every time he shows up to the White House for some oligarch meeting where they're going to put on a show and go, "We're going to put gazillions of dollars into the economy." And Bill Gates, if you watch his body language, I don't know if you see this. He sits there with his head down like this, right? And they're like, "Mr. Gates, how do you feel?" President Trump's doing a great job. Thank you. Mr. Gates, is climate change real? Keep in mind, Bill Gates has been paying to change climate change and reverse climate change for 1 billion years. And they're like, climate change real? He's like, no, not anymore, because Trump said so. Like, dude, it is fucking amazing how he has healed the oligarchs, how he has brought them to his feet.
But not only healed them, what people are not seeing, what else he's doing, he is strategic. So now he's also using them, because what did Putin do? Not only did he control the money anyway, Trump could control all of these people like through the DOJ whenever he wants. That's what the power that he has over there. But he needed to expand it worldwide. So when Trump went to the Middle East, if you go to Google and take a look at the list of people that flew with him to the Middle East on that trip, and the meetings that were being held, it was all of his oligarchy, bro, that he put together, just like
door openings. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
He goes in, he makes the conversation, then he leaves and says, "Now you guys talk, you guys work it all out." And then they come in, they're making money. It's all about the money. They're making more money, and that's why they're bringing it back. And that's why, hey, is 600 million enough? Should I give you $1 billion? Because, and I just made the deals with the Saudis over there. Qataris gave me some over there. We got things going on in Eastern Europe with the Russians over there. So, I mean, this is what's going on behind the scenes, though. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So, and the other thing you have to understand, which is a big thing that we'll get into, not today, but because it's a whole different conversation, is how a lot of these oligarchy are already interconnected. Like the Russian money controls so much of the Peter Thiels, the Elon Musk, that the world doesn't even realize. Google, because it was their money. That's how Putin, it was their money that started up all of these companies. If you go take a look and see who are some of the investors in all of these startup
Twitter,
items.
X, SpaceX, yeah, all of it. It's all tons of Russian money, tons of oligarch money, yeah.
And that's the shit that you see. but all the corporations in the third world countries and all those, that you don't see, that even some of these only the people themselves didn't know that they were getting money coming in from Russian money. They thought it might be coming in from somebody else or something else. So that is why there's such a control and such a interaction with it. But that's something maybe we'll talk about a little bit more maybe next time, next Saturday. But why don't we do it quick, because I know we're running a and we have over 14, I think 1,400 people. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for joining. But let's do maybe a quick round of like maybe 5-10 minutes of just Q&A, because I know a lot of people might have some questions. We brought up some people. For those of you that were able to come up, great. Next week we'll have a new bunch of people come up. So now make sure to become a paid subscriber, and not only can you ask the questions, make your comments, interact with us, but also you could come up and literally ask your question in front of all of us, make a statement, get something off your chest, whatever it is. But it's part of being part of the family, part of the community, and it's a way that me and Dean try to give back to all of you that are paid subscribers, that are supporting our mission to be able to bring all this information to all of the people that can't, because not everybody can be a paid subscriber, and that's why we try to at least make sure that the information gets out to everybody. But these little perks of coming up, typing, we try to make it a little special for those of you that make it special and available for everybody else. So if you haven't yet, and you can, become a paid subscriber right now and ask your question, and Dean's gonna go through that. Let's go.
Yeah, I got the first one I'm going to get to comes from Randy. He asked a question a while ago, and I think it's a great question. Did you guys see that drug oligarch pass out in the Oval Office this week?
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. We're gonna do this. There's gonna be a round of like speed time, so we're not gonna get to long responses.
We'll zip through this, because just to recap, a guy named Gordon Finley, CEO of Nova, which is a drug company that apparently did a deal with the Trump administration, Trump RX, Trump drugs, passed out in the middle of the Oval Office. There are now rumors swirling that it was the stench that was coming from the desk. We know who was sitting behind the desk. And we watched Donald Trump pass out more than once this week, fall asleep for the entirety of almost one press conference that he was intimately involved in. Your thoughts, Lev?
It's just like what we talk about every time. He projects onto others what he does. Sleepy Joe. I mean, he's sleeping. Cognitive test. He's not all there. We watch how he talks. Donald Trump is, and a lot of people say he's not doing well. He's sick. He's this. Look, he doesn't have some kind of ailment. I'm going to tell you, not that I know of, not that any of my sources are telling me that he, some ailment.
No dementia diagnosis?
Not that I hear. I mean, I believe there is. I think it's just a major cover up. I mean, but I can't confirm or deny it. From my belief is yes. From what I see, from what I know, I think you're definitely seeing, even from the smells, because it's like he just loses.
Dude, does he smell? Does he smell?
You know what? It's a crazy that I was speaking with Alexander a couple of weeks ago, and we were just talking this shit, and he was telling me like that some of his sources, even like that were from the Ukraine side, that were in some of those close-up meetings with him, were saying like, "What the f, man? This guy like that stench is some serious." So I don't know. That could be part of his. I mean, look, what happened in Canada. Part of the reason when they were at the
G7, I talked to some people in Carney's orbit, and I'm like, what was it like? And they're like, dude, I was like 4 feet away from him, and there's a hum. There's a presidential hum. There's a stench. Yeah, he smells like poop.
Yeah. So it's definitely. Listen, I wasn't there to change the diapers, but I definitely.
But you stood next to him.
I definitely believe that he has certain ailments and that are making that happen. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. But
okay. Next question. Lev, keep hearing that you're talking about doing things. Can you tell us about some of those things and how we can get involved? I think it's a great question.
Incredible question. Absolutely. So some of the things we're doing is we're putting together right now a team because one of the things I was trying to do was join up with either somebody like a Newsom or and help them with information and use their media team to get the information out. But obviously, I'm learning a lot of groups have their own agendas, and so I've decided to build our own team. And some of our paid subscribers behind the scenes, you know who you are. I'm not going to call you out here. Are working with me and helping me assemble a team of bookers, publicists, PR. To help me go on the road to put together. I'm like, one of the things I'm planning on doing is putting a set like Joe Rogan type of set, but in Washington D.C., where I'm going to go live from Washington D.C.
That'll rattle some cages.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I'm tired of giving advice. I'm gonna start doing what I, preach to what I say. So I'm gonna go, get these survivors, and I'm going to go stand on the White House lawn, and I'm gonna demand that Trump sees us. I'm gonna do what they don't want to do, and I'm gonna put their feet to the fire. I'm incorporating with Michael and Malcolm our show Unleashed. That's separate from what I'm doing, but it's also gonna have part of the group because it's all part of the same message. Well, what I'm trying to do is unite all of these groups, like even defiance.org that Miles Taylor just started up, and he part of which I'm probably going to be a part of. Me and Miles are going to be speaking later today, later this week, I'm sorry, about joining and helping promote the group, because part of what the message I'm trying to say to everybody is what made MAGA strong, and what we need to do is we need to unite our message. We can't have 5 different shows going on with 5 different opinions, with 5
and 10 different organizations asking for support. Yeah.
10 different money. People are tired. People don't know. Like, I feel bad. I get emails and messages. It's like it hurts me so bad hearing that somebody from Social Security who gives me $8 and subscribes to me and are telling me it's so hard, Lev. I'm getting bombarded by all of these, Democratic to support to there, and I don't know, and it really hurts because it's like if we would unite we would need all of these. Everybody's trying to go out there. All of these Democrat organizations are raising money. All this money, what are they doing with it? Because there's no ads I don't see running. There's nothing happening. So basically, I said enough is enough. We're going to put together what you could do to help. For right now is keep just building our base, because when we're ready to tell you what we're going to do, when I tell you, like, for instance, I'm coming to North Carolina, or we're coming to Washington, D.C., or we're coming to Philadelphia, we're going to need you out there in droves. We're going to need some of you to maybe help behind the scenes. We're going to need you to go out there and spread the message. But the number one thing that you guys as a community could do right now to help with everything that I'm doing and putting together behind the scenes is become subscribers. That's free. Being a subscriber to me, to Dean, to Aaron, to Midas Touch, Michael, to all of us for free. That's the number one thing you should do, because that doesn't cost any money. As far as becoming paid subscribers, that's something you guys have to manage correctly. For those of you that can and become paid subscribers, that's what helps build this platform. That's what's helping me go out there right now and start looking and to be able to hire these people. And then we're going to need to figure out a way to fund all of this, and that's what I'm working behind the scenes also, to see if there's organizations. Are we going to do it ourselves? And I'm going to let you know as we're going along. But I could tell you it's not going to take months or weeks or years, because we don't have that. We've already put it in motion. I have a lot of things even happening over the weekend, conversations, and we're building teams behind the scenes. We're building momentum, and we're trying to figure out what it's going to take, because unfortunately we live in a world, and we're all realizing, especially now with the shutdown, that money, capital is a very important thing, and that's what MAGA has. That's why, we talk about him putting out those ads, I'm going to heaven for $5, and he but the difference is they send it. If I put out an email right now, send me $5 because I want to go take MAGA apart, I'll get 1,000 people call me a grifter. What I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Have you thought of selling your own Bible? Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, that kind of concludes. We're at 90 minutes. Usually that's what we did last week. This is episode number 2, Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean, where we bring you on. Paid subscribers get a chance to come on, chat with us. It happened 4 times today. We got to a bunch of your questions as well. Most of, the information that we've disseminated here today comes from your curiosity, which is the entire point of this Substack-driven Substack Live, Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. That is Lev Parnas. Lev Remembers is where you can find him. Go and subscribe to him, and come and subscribe to my account as well. Do him first and me. And here's the thing: he's not lying. Not only sharing, not only is sharing caring, but subscribing goes so far for us. And I've seen this beautiful influx from these conversations of people from your world, other people's worlds, connections like we had today with some of the people that we brought on to kind of rant and chat. But we're building a bigger boat. Founding subscribers on my account never pay again. They're reduced to 150 forever. So please, we're going to do that throughout the rest of the weekend. If that tickles your fancy, great. We've got $8 a month. We've also got 25% off, yearly discounted for life for your annual memberships. And there is no better follow. And I mean this when it comes to disseminating the information, decoding MAGA, and insider sources, not just from the White House, for then this gentleman right here, my very dear friend, Mr. Lev Parnas, who I am going to come and meet one day because I just found out you and your sister live real close, and she's my biggest fan, and I fell in love with her on this podcast. So make sure, everybody, you continue to subscribe, continue to support. Ask Lev anything. That's what he does. He has some of the best paid subs, but he has some of the greatest Americans that are following him because he himself is turning into an American hero, the one that America needs right now. And it's been one of the honors of my life to be able to get to do this with you, not just weekly, sometimes 3-4 times a week, and to get to know this man. I co-sign the fact that he is the real deal. So Lev Parnas, thanks for doing this, brother. As always, it was great having coffee and tea with you.
Dean, love you like always. Cheers to you, my brother. And I love you. And don't forget, everybody, Monday we're on Dean's weekend wrap up, and that's why we cross pollinate, because that's when Dean's paid subscribers will be able to come up and ask the questions and do it. So we love both communities. We love you guys. We love you for all the support. Keep it going. We are just getting started. We'll keep that tsunami from Tuesday alive. Keep the momentum going, keep the offensive going, keep them on the defense, keep subscribing, keep following, keep spreading the word. And like my sister said, be positive. Let's, positive energy is what keeps us going. Stay positive. Go, enjoy your day today. Go kiss a loved one. Go hug your kids. Go walk your dog. Go for a walk. Go just do something. Get away from the TV and, just enjoy a lovely day for yourself and think about yourself. Because like Kat says, mental health is important. And, with everything that's going on in the world right now, we need to stay strong and united to be able to win this fight. Love you, Dean, brother.
Love you too, pal. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye, everybody. Thanks for doing this.